Dear students, our today's topic is to discuss about the plant tissue culture. Plant tissue culture, it is the ability of a single cell or every cell of a plant to develop into a whole plant. This ability is called the totipotency, provided that the cell should be in a suitable nutrient media, in an sterile environment where the cell can proliferate into a whole plant. The first experiment of plant tissue culture was carried out by Gottlieb Haberland in 1902. However, he was not successful in culturing the mesophyll cells. In 1934, Philip White successfully cultured tomato roots, and the Gottret in 1939 cultured the carrot root successfully. The first plant growth hormone that was isolated is indole acetic acid in 1930, and the first embryo culture was carried out by Henning in 1904. The first haploid plant from pollen grain, as the pollen grains are haploid cells, and first haploid plants was grown or culture developed by Maheshwari and Guha in 1964. In 1962, Morasij and Skoog published the composition of plant tissue culture media, and this media is well known as the MS media, which is now used most widely in various tissue culture laboratories. This is known as the basal media. Media and culture conditions. First is the basal media. The growth media is a composition of essential minerals and vitamins that are necessary for a plant's growth and development. And a culture media possesses or has minerals, both micro and macronutrients, some vitamins. In addition to these components, basal media or the culture media has a carbon source for the explant or the plant part that is to be cultured, and this carbon source is generally sucrose. And beside these, some other components, some growth regulators or plant growth regulators, plant hormones are also added. The pH condition of culture media, in most cases the pH should be 5 to 5.8, and the explant is the starting plant material that is used in tissue culture, that any plant part which is used in laboratory to culture a particular tissue or particular component or a particular plant, that is known as explant. The composition of nutrients varies from medium to medium. It depends on the nature of the plant part which is to be cultured. Growth regulators, these are the plant hormones. Growth regulators are the hormones needed to produce roots and shoots. Organogenesis is due to the plant hormones. The most important growth regulators for tissue cultures are auxins, cytokinins and gibberellins. Auxin promote cell growth and root growth. The most commonly used auxins are IAA, that is indole acetic acid, indole butyric acid, naphthalene acetic acid, and 2,4-dichlorophenolic acid. Cytokinin promotes cell division and shoot growth. The most commonly used cytokinins are BAP, benzyl aminopurine, G18 and kinetin. By manipulating the amount and composition or combination of growth hormones, regeneration of whole plants from small tissue is. Now the sterile techniques. As we know that to carry or to conduct a tissue culture program, one should follow the strict regulations or rules of sanitation, and sterile technique or sterile condition is to be maintained. A successful tissue culture program requires the maintenance of sterile environment and for it, whatever the instruments are used in tissue culture lab, they should be sterilized, and generally sterilization takes all instruments should be dipped in 70% ethanol. Beside that, if the glass rods are used, these can be sterilized by with the help of flames. Hands should be disinfected with ethanol before handling cultures in order to avoid contamination. Surface sterilization of explants, that is the plant part which is to be used in culture for a tissue culture program, that part should be properly clean and disinfectant and sterilized, and this is generally carried out by using sodium hypochlorite, that is a household bleach, ethanol, washing with ethanol, and spraying of fungicides when using field grown tissues, because these pathogens may be attached on the surface of explant, so their removal is necessary before the explant is used in the tissue culture lab. The time of sterilization is also dependent on the type of tissue. For example, a leaf tissue that is delicate, that is soft, require a shorter sterilization time than a seed having a tough seed coat. Culture conditions and vessels. Cultures are grown in walk-in growth rooms or growth. A photo period of 16 hours is optimal in tissue culture lab. The temperature should range between 22 to 25 degrees Celsius, and a relative humidity of 50 to 60% is necessary in the growth chambers or in tissue culture lab. Culture types and their uses. First, the callus culture. Callus is an unorganized or undifferentiated mass of cells which develops when the explant is cultured on media not promoting organogenesis. It means whenever a plant part is used for tissue culture program and it is dipped in such a nutrient media, that nutrient media do not promote the organ formation. It means neither shoot formation nor root formation is promoted, then an unorganized mass of cells is produced. This unorganized or undifferentiated mass of cell is known as callus. Callus can be continuously proliferated using plant growth hormones and then directed to organogenesis or organ formation, or somatic embryos are also developed. One important application of callus is to induce somaclonal variation through which desired mutants can be selected. Now, what is somaclonal variation? As we know that in tissue culture or in callus culture, these callus cells, these tissues are continuously cultured in nutrient media, and it imposes, due to continuous division of cells, some genetic changes may occur. These genetic changes may be already present in some cells of explant, and the culture condition may be promoting some changes in the chromosomes of the cultured cells. So it results in a mass of cells having a different composition of chromosomes, and these different composition of chromosomes are heritable, because whenever a cell having a different characteristics or different composition of chromosomes, different arrangement or different location of chromosomes is developed into a plant, it may have different characters of plants. Those characters may be desirable. So the continuous occurrence of uncontrolled variation during the callus regeneration is termed as somaclonal variation, because this is a tissue culture technique and this is a non-sexual or asexual method of plant propagation, and there is generally no chance of variation of chromosomes unlike in sexual reproduction. So in tissue culture, this is the methods of development or adoption or obtainment of new variations of the cells or tissues, and those are important. Cell suspension culture, in this, whenever a callus is used in a liquid media, and if these callus cells differentiate or divide in its component cells, these cells can be grown in such a liquid media for a long time. This is known as cell suspension culture, and somatic embryos have been initiated from cell suspension cultures. Besides, valuable secondary metabolites are also produced.